Morning everybody, hope everybody's well. Video for you this morning, right. I've been at MG and I'm like finalising last few bits. I've had last few days on it now. I've got an issue on choke on it. Reason I'm doing video this, issue on choke, few little bits and pieces. But the reason I'm doing video is because these little bits and pieces now, I've like knocked into corner. I know what is left on the car. But the problems that arise from, like, obviously aftermarket parts, like, I've got a bit of an issue with back door, which rubbers are stretching, which you don't know if it's the same as the left factory. The car's had two back wings, at some time, I think it 80s, you don't know how accurate they were fitted, whatever, it's had back balance, various bits and pieces. So, the latching on that, I could do it with rubbers tightening up, so I've left it latched down as tight as I can and let rubbers stretch out. Now, also, I've got a problem with choke. The choke's really hard to apply. Now, it's had the carbs rebuilt, this car, and they're all new jets, and the jets were a bit tight, eased them off, so I'm going to have to go back into that one. Also, when this car came, it had its engine rebuilt. I've had this engine running, we had a bit of an issue with oil pressure. But what we've got now, we've got an issue on timing, because I had to adjust timing to get it to go, because obviously somebody put the timing follower on the camshaft. They put it at 180 out, but they've got it a bit more, so there's a little few tweaks to do there. So what I'm telling you is this car now is going to get covered up today and get left, because I've battered it into all corners. I know what's going off, and to be honest, I think I'm just telling you, if you're restoring yourself, I mean, you don't have to take a blind bit to notice what I'm telling you, to be quite honest, but you can get bogged down now, because there's like a lot of hours gone into this, on this finishing off, and I just feel like some of these areas I'm in, it's like with your doors. I've had to get the winders work, to put the glasses back in the doors, I've had to completely make like a new design on the top rail to push the glass over. Now, what they sent from factory, from what's available now, aftermarket parts, it's probably absolutely nothing like what the factory had on. I mean, I've used the existing timbers that went on the top of the door, so I'm not out there. I mean, everything's gone back into the same molds regarding fixing them back. But I managed to push it off. But what I've had to do, I've had to put a chrome trim on, then I've had to put the velvet, it's just like a slider really, it's just to comfort it, make the glass slide a bit easier. But it does have an application of pushing the glass over. So when the glass, if the glass not in, well, the glass doesn't fall into runners. You think everything's chaotic and wrong, well, which it isn't. It's just that that's the place that the glass needs to be. Now, I've had to modify that, which took a load of time. I had to make a proper long clip up for it. I mean, I've got a few photographs of it. I suppose I could add them in the description. I don't know how you do that, but I can have somebody have a look for me if you're interested. But as I said earlier to you, what I'm going to do now, I'm going to cover the car up. And I'm going back to the car Monday, because these little bits, I know what they are. Also, I mean, I've got to order under bonnet. I mean, I've got to put the paint on the bonnet. I've got to order an under bonnet sound deadening pads, 2 pads for it. A few little bits and pieces, nothing. I mean, there's splash guards to fit. As I know, I'm definitely on the last drags without any shadow of a doubt. But it's like I said, it's bogging down now, and it's bogging down, I think, because the time you spend on them. You know, I think you just get, you're thinking what's going off, and you don't want to rush it, because there's been so much effort, so much time put into this car. I mean, it's just unbelievable, really. Well, it's had so much work, you know. Everything's like new, from its sills, floor pads I've got on before. But you're getting it as it's all coming together now. I mean, somebody called it over there fettling. Well, I think it's a bit more than fettling, to be quite honest. I mean, it's just a combination of the industry today, you know. And this is why I think when I've been at shows, some of the jobs are not that good, because there's a lack of knowledge in that area, and there's a lack of how you get around it. I mean, I've got patience for a saint, but I just feel to me saying now, well, step back, have a minute, go on something else, come back to it, which is exactly what I'm going to do. I mean, but this is what you lead up to when you end up getting your sent to last drags. Now, there's, like I say, a lot of hours gone in these last drags already, but what I'm saying, a step back now and then have a go at it, I think is not an issue. You know, I think it's going to make the job right. And well, you must have this situation if you're restoring yourself, but I don't think people are restoring very much like down in the garages now and that. But if you are, I mean, such as something like this, well, it'd just fry your head. It'd just, because, you know, you've got no room, you haven't got the facilities I've got. Like, I mean, when I did them door tops, I just had to fold some aluminium, which I've got aluminium, which I've got folder, which I've got facilities to do it, and I made the job right. And when you look at the job, you think it's from factory, but it isn't. But in your garage, you haven't got none of this. You've got frustration after frustration after frustration. Car goes out, little bits and pieces. I know you're going to get snagging on any car, you always will. There's always going to be something adrift. But it goes out, and people are, and the next thing, they've more or less done them, and then they sell them. And, you know, and I mean, there's not the greatest market for some of these older classics now as it is, and there's also not the knowledge in it. But what I'm trying to say to you is like, if you get into this situation, you're better off just take a step back, give it a minute, and go in. I mean, nobody now, I don't care who they are or what they say they are, they don't have workshops now that are absolutely crammed with staff. And if they do, the people haven't even seen these old cars, so they haven't got the experience in that field. And also the people in that who've got experience of these cars know that these bits are 100% and they know how to overcome it. But that's what I'm saying to you anyway. I'm just saying, like, you get them to end like this, you think, oh, I'm there, but like I am now, you are there. But there may be a couple of days left in it, I don't know. But I've hit some issues that I've got to get it in my head, work around what's going on, and work away from it in a proper manner to do the job right. So that's video for you anyway. In fact, I'll show you on these doors, I'll show you what I had to do, because it'd be quite interesting for you. I mean, what I had to do, I mean, you'll never see an MGB with a chrome trim down here. And then I had to fix this into here, and how I did that, this felt, I had to make a what is it? It was something to, it was about, I don't know, 20 degrees of fold. And all it did, it holds this felt in, which pushes your window over, which in turn keeps your glass in correct place. Because without that, your glass was just falling out. Because on MG, they just catch up back edge and disappear out at front runner. And as they come up, they glide the set in. But that sort of things you've got going off. And, I mean, it's same with carbs. All it is, it's choke mechanism here. It's just, there's just such a hard bit there. And I think it's just the jet sticking. So it's got to be put right. And like I said, with timing. So, but just something to help you all out. If you still are restoring, or even if you're a garage and you're restoring. I mean, this is just my thoughts. And then, like I said, there's a short while left in car, but a step back, I'll go back to it Monday. I can't call it cavalry because nobody's about who can do them anymore, so I'm just stuck with it on my own. But anyhow, give us a like if you like what I do, and subscribe if you like to see what I do, and then I'll just keep them coming for you. Simple as that. I mean, I'm enjoying what I'm doing with this YouTube thing. I don't know where it's leading, but give us a subscribe and a like anyway. Catch you all later. Bye for now.